That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
Are you telling the story of the headless...
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette.
The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you'd walked the same streets yourself.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see? Well, yes, but it's the man on the horse that's of interest here, with no head on his shoulder. Woe is right, my friend. Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless fowl.
Tell him about the two feminists.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
What? You know it?
I've read the case file, but please, go on.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula de Pont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling.
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency.
The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
When she sees something. Her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless faun. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal. Her body is never recovered. Word on the street is that she, gave herself facial deconstruction surgery. Real grisly stuff.
That part, at least more or less, corresponds to the case file.
See? Told you. Anyway, that's the story of the headless faun rider. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching.
O headless brother, where art thou?
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase. And
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport.
personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
Isn't it? All peace. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories? Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that. Acid gnomes? Sounds like a stupid, low concept.
Hard to argue with that.
That's the reality situation. No one knows.
He won't.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
He breathes in deeply.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend. There are many variations on the base.
Are you telling the story of...
Shut the
The street in the...
What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind, rumored to be searching for his legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head. Yes. Gertrude... Fuck. What?
I read it.
Right. The wind... The women...
Don't turn.
When she... But there... her body is never recovered.
Naturally, Ula de Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. During the investigation, it became apparent... No, she committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling. Not a pretty scene.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Oh well. Here... Anyway, that's the story of the headless Faun Rider. Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no... I have to admit, that's pretty high concept. Yeah? Giants? That the best you... Yeah? Damn right it doesn't. No one...
He won't, though, because it's just a...
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right...
I actually... Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some interest. This last one is the most Martinet story I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke.
A shovel hits the sand somewhere behind the reeds, near an abandoned construction yard. The young men look over their shoulders suspiciously. The sound of their digging seems loud in the sudden silence.
Magic animals? No, man, this is serious stuff. No, Tequila. Hey! All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. You know, obsessive types. People with predilections. Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me.
Wait. There's no way. It can't be. Or...
I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez. There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big in Aranya, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man. That is, if he even existed. Who knows?
He existed, all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was... I'm talking about...
Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design. But then something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand. You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. But now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right?
Right. Wrong. Do it all the time. All day, baby.
Hey, Tequila, pay attention. The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine." I know, Tequila. I know. But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly a quarter kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity. That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritsian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. There are those who believe the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull. No. Wow. Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez. That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there. Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum, no one knows exactly.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets on the bay.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can contain that amount of anything.
Now, detective. Always the skeptic. My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum, the gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market, and the addict...
Bullshit. They just want to snort it. But you could beat them to it, Harry. You could snort...
I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
Don't listen to him or his...
No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or no.
Or maybe it's in the air. Or
In a pyramid? Now that...
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend, with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honest, the junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal.
Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them.
By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as... Whoa!
What?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry, too. Yet... it is impassable. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing. It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky...
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. Besides, it would look extremely bad for...
Wait. Maybe there's another way. Maybe...
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Right. I've never...
A shovel hits the sand.
All kinds. Some of those... The first...
There's no... You...
I'm not even sure I should be telling you. Okay, fine. There was...
He existed. I'm too...
Anyway, but then... You...
Along... He's too...
Shit, you've got... Now.
Right, wrong. All day.
Hey, apparently... I know, but that there...
The cocaine's...
No, that's one... Or... No,
Bullshit.
the archaeologist...
Bullshit.
I'm pretty...
And why wouldn't they?
Good thing.
What?
For one, and second, it's...
I have... Besides, it would look
Wait.
Yeah, well, that's the reality. Not that I can think of. That might be the case.
Okay. Let's.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Yeah, you know. Beneath, with a sudden flash.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. It's, well, a little eclectic, don't you think? How would you even describe what you're wearing? Well, I can't say it does still. You might try branching out a little. You know the expression, the clothes make the man. The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the...
You see, a slogan used to intertwine.
Looks like tomorrow never...
Hello again. Sure, what's on your mind? They used him. What's the Marstic? It's a I tried to...
The kid.
But of course. What else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what... Of course the text. I don't know. If not, then you definitely should. If I do some... Lomantang stick fight.
Wait, what does this man know about?
Dad's fighting with...
That's right, Mikhail.
Mister, what were you doing? Oh, okay. Bye! Hello, mister. Bye!
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Me? Now it's your turn, Mr. Why would I do that? That's a false name. Are you a... Not much. Some things...
So,
No.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
A lullaby my mother used to sing. Like I said, just us. This is pretty...
She nods, rinsing.
Not much. Something...
so,
No.
She's not telling you all she knows. She nods, rinsing.
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got...
Your race descent has temporarily...
Just try again. This is one of those things where the wise sage wants you to exhibit That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage and an intellect.
Your race descent has...
Hola, Wandering Man.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic.
Right to work! Right to...
Honest, we can't.
I have a...
You. What's it to you? No.
The man.
What's it to you? No.
The man has turned.
Looking for something, Hunt? Oh, not much anymore. The strike. Apples. Fine.
He's given you the runaround.
Not.
Change the topic. The way he said,
I'm not the only one. People who...
if this guy's all the Occidentals, huh?
Go on.
Lieutenant, not a lot of moral fight. What happened? Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. As you tap
No, that's enough.
This is Precinct 57. How many? 50.
in the cabin, you see
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again. About fuck. No.
now what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Relax.
use
Yeah.
Let Denny.
this.
Yeah.
Easy.
Too late. You already got a pretty good picture of these guys. You could take another look at the tracks in the yard. See if they fit with the characters here. It could be in. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Is it? 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 3. Hobnail. 4. Standard work. 5. Another standard. 6. Light as air. Same makeup. 7. The glowing outline. 8. Another standard.
7 sets of... That's all? Interesting. Then one of them...
Note to self. This would be a good question. A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
Interesting. Let's name it someone operating a workbench.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
A drummer only uses their... Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a... You're right. Let's keep a low profile. I'm guessing that's the skinny heart. Yes, well, I could still be... 200.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes. A week, maybe?
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here...
What do I think? Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle.
Indeed.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
Which one is missing, do you think? I'm going to say it was our old soul. Yes, I doubt the Hardys.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. What are you talking? Or what? You want...
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy. You're not cops here.
Good. We are all watching each other.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar? You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
Huh? You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up. But on his...
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her. But you treat... If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit. Blonde. That's Amonju with an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll...
Whatever you do, do not tell him you know her. That would sound off.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain. Again? Seriously, man. Fine. Fire away. Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped...
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he...
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Yeah, whatever.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window. Nothing.
What's this weirdo...
I think he's trying to find dirt on us in our box.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
There's a little slight you're not so sure about that. Somehow you just...
Officer, what was that? You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman? Is there something I should know before we talk to her? Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. What you're saying is, you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity.
Then, don't ever say that again. What else? Understood. It doesn't matter how it will be all right, Lieutenant.
You feel fortified by his assurance. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed, utterly, through a PA by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline. Who is mistaken? Who is mistaken? You should sing the sad, small, serves them right.
Hey, was there
You waited absolutely in the question. The door is closed. There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it. This little depression, you're just as a white morning. It was morning all along. The words still echo in the hallway. The door feels cold.
Who is it?
This is the police. Can you...
Come on up. The door is open.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. This medicine cabinet is full of... It's been used quite a lot. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, a bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. This medicine cabinet, there it is. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden, smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced? Yes, that one. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. The wind brushes them off the roof. The same small, heavy door, no lock in sight.
I don't know, Lieutenant Yefreiter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long, then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible.
Thank you for that, officers.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the inferno.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my...
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer? You're doing just fine. After all, your path has led you back to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough. You'll sound like a namby-pamby.
Clasier Amandou. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer. It's the past. People. I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Back to me. Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. It's not very cool, but what can you do? I'm afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression.
The record. So official. Yeah.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Funky town. Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad. The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The SAD got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door. For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial SAD spill in there.
Somewhere below, military-grade SAD is dripping off the walls. You should say the first thing. It's honest. It will lead to introspection.
That's where it always comes from, isn't it? From the head and from the past. Sounds like an advanced form of what I've got, with a bit of old love sprinkled on top. Yeah.
That, yeah, is the kind that consoles and sweeps under the rug at the same time.
You tell me, officer. I've been trying to open it, in case the contamination gets to the roof and I have to move on. No luck. It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still... No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
What did you say? No, no. You said narcomania. What kind of word is that? Mm-hmm. I.e., narcomaniacs. Very funky. All right. Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
We partied. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Whoa, after so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
Untraditionally, officer.
Your imagination starts whirring, whether you want it to or not.
I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes. I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Tearing off his armor, demeaning him, throwing rocks at him.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into the cold wire.
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Thanks. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was a...
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't...
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return...
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
She sees them in each other's arms.
Yes.
She dips the cigarette in the lighter's flame and inhales.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Funny.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know.
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I...
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
She takes a long, hard drag of her cigarette. You hear cracking in her shoulders. She breathes a
Should we head back downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Yes, you're just one room away. Very personal.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask no.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Not my favorite topic, but okay. How about we, change the subject to... Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee mostly.
You made the right call there. It feels... I'm talking about your zero-tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful stance. Would you like to take it up a notch? Would you like... That's not a problem. At all. The more drugs you do, the more zealous you can be in combating them. No. Alcohol is a powerful anti-narco agent. 78% of people who use alcohol daily feel no need to use its opposite, narcohol. If anything, you should drink more. It cleanses.
That's good to hear. Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called hard... Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. Something cracks. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
Nice.
Filling you with a belief in your own...
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in?
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Three weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily...
This is good. He likes it. That's a little smile there. in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place. It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent week.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could... No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print.
Everything around you is quiet. Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the man.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats, a classic. A little.
Feels like a lot.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was. The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist, an avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent. He also hit his wife and kids, other people's kids too. But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely... Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the ball, maneuvering a go-tiny hammer, shatters something The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid night.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Lucky goats. The fog looks soft. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible. Hit the pads as fast as you can. Maximum the amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then...
How? If you... The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself. There goes nothing. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the world.
The machine is... This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. There are large rectangular...
That it does. I say, let's brave it. No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century. No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution. Seems so, although it's pretty...
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
At some point, 20 years ago, looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and we will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs. Just Miss Araignée Disco Dancer. You want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch. Nothing, just time passing. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back. She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Hey, was there something...
Again?
Yes?
see a heavy... The man ponders his cook.
Yes?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why I am not?
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International. The cold look in her eyes speaks louder. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely. Again, you find yourself looking at that big old... There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would...
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you. The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun.
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
It's for the blue door in the kitchen. There was a note there that you missed. It's...
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
A whore, huh? A lot of that going around lately. From the mouths of distressed men. Whatever.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his...
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. And she doesn't fuck...
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists...
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man. You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing. What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why, won't you listen to it? You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this?
Yeah, please.
I'm sure we can find...
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus. You do that. Oh, yeah? You do that.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with you push, command set, and the tape starts spinning.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still,
there's more going on here than we know.
one of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there. Who knows? Maybe. I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery. The contrast feels chilly.
Hey, was there...
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As the porcelain, this does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me. Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed...
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the...
Thank you for clearing that up.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know...
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name?
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think...
You were almost right, officer. That means...
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranje.
Sex, alcohol, speed. Probably also still deep.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would...
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a...
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The adversary one.
Blue. Like, pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made oily, isn't it?
She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance.
Oh.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things and... Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed. So he went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. Why do you ask?
Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations.
I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
It very well could be, yeah. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. The lieutenant blinks. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool.
All right. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all how old, you could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58. You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. I didn't say 62, I said 58.
Wait. This requires scientific measure to the laboratorium.
Yes?
You see a heavy... The key fits.
Hey, was there...
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Anne. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
It's alright, Glenn. I just thought, I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now. I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. It's been a long day. I'm tired of running back and forth between you. I can see you're tired too. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her, Titus.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender!
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, Cap.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
No, we fucking ain't.
No, no, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me?
I think you're losing it, Fiddle, man.
No. No. This fucking clown is trying to get to me. This ain't gonna work with Titus Hardy. Put the fiddle down, or walk away. It's that simple.
He'll put the fiddle down. Put it down, officer.
I do not understand. This fiddle play totally fell apart. The concept was solid, but the delivery, tragically off. You sounded like a madman, not a cop.
Officer, it's a fine day.
Again?
Yes?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
It's you again. What is it?
Hey, was there something you needed?
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay. No good. All you can come up with are some treat.
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting.
Hello, hello.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Your race descent has temporary.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't.
Hello, officer.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Just an ordinary war. Nothing.
Hello again, officer.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
The already familiar. back before the cargo container.
Mr. Dubois, every worker is... Oh, I know every... And the word on the street is your memory is a bit... hazy. I assure you, my big fa...
It's just a breath.
Are you trying to...
Mr. Kit...
Asking too many... Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge.
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from family. Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry? Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry. Oh, Harry. You are the most regular, traditional, by-the-book law official imaginable. Now that is funky, Harry. You are...
We are charming as pants off, Bratan!
Ah, this? My friends in your organization...
I find that very suspicious.
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi.
As you look at the folder...
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt.
He got the name from the Census Bureau.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man.
A pity. The mystery...
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Mr. Dubois, every...
Hey, mister,